Hi. Um, I want to talk about um, family matters. The Fusa family, and most of you know that back in the day, we used to have dinner, lunch, or whatever at the table. Some people hated it because they were like, uh, you know, every time I sit down to eat, then that's when they want to come up with all the problems and, put me on the spot because I'm eating. And so that was one of the reasons I guess a lot of people was happy to not go to the table to have dinner with the family. And so um, a lot of family values that were back in the day is no longer available. But one of the things, or should I say, it's no longer practiced. But one of the things that I'm concerned about is that I'm constantly hearing about a family being torn apart because of, um, money, or mostly because of money. Whether you have inherited or you work for it, or you know, whatever the case may be. You want it, it doesn't matter. And that's a sad thing because I have seen so many people have families, close knit families, and when someone passed away, say like the mother passed away and had children, they began to fight over financial, materialistic things, and that's including money. And yes, money does pacify a lot of things. But the most important thing is that family is to stick together. And sometimes it's just impossible. Now I'm hearing these young guys talking about their family, and how they turn against them. They don't want to have anything to do with them. When they speak out, the family is like, look at them like, what the hell you talking about? When they're trying to educate them about what's going on in the world, they have a mentality. Either they don't want to hear it, or they fear to face their fears, if that makes sense. And so they kind of like shine it on, don't want to be around you and things like that. And that's including your friends. You have friends that you used to party with and you used to do, go to school with, and all 9 yards. You guys come over and kick it, and you go over there and kick it, and things like that. But you're having a lot of those people that were your friend that pull away from you because you are discussing what is happening now in this world. You're sharing a lot of knowledge and wisdom with them, and the only thing they could come up with is you think that you better than us. I mean, you know, in your mind, you thinking, who thinks that? If someone share knowledge and wisdom with you, it seems like you, even if you don't believe, seems like you will want to take heed to go and investigate. Not just throw it in the corner somewhere because you enjoying your hand me downs from the government, and it's okay that the way you live, you okay with it. I'm quite sure that the way you were okay with it is affecting you now. And if it hasn't, keep living. So, um, there are some things I want to bring up to you. And I wrote some things down, and some things that just come off the top of my head, especially if I get upset. So, the old saying is family is the cord of success. And yes, they are, or were. They were the cord of success because you had them working with you. They believe in your dreams and your goals. Um, Parents that had homes, if a child were dependable, they were more self sufficient, I'm going to say, if you will, more responsible. Most parents would pulled out a little loan to help them with their business or their dreams and things like that. But nowadays it's kind of risky. Children are killing their parents behind money, especially insurance or especially a home, materialistic thing. So, family were the cord of success in a lot of our lives. Now, it's all about who got what and who don't. You ever met a person who were basically detached from the family for some reason, and they're not really knowing what is going on because most of them was born. I mean, most of them came into the family as black sheep. And I'm not saying the color of the skin. I'm just saying as a black sheep. Me myself personal, I like black sheep. I think they're beautiful. But this particular black sheep I'm talking about has nothing to do with the real black sheep. If I will. So they become the black sheep of the family. They look at you like you're not gonna make it or you're not gonna produce anything that will help the environment. You're not going to contribute to anything that is involved with life itself or your state or your city, your country, your neighborhood. You just don't, they just look at you as vard. And all of a sudden, something happens and you get this materialistic blessing. And most of the time, it's money that the universe will bless you more, and you'll be able to do things. Well, little do most of you know that when you do get blessed, become blessed by the Most High, you will find that here come the wolves and sheepskin, and I'm talking about family. Here come the wolves and sheepskin wants to tell you the sad song about why they was acting the way they act, and of course they're not going to accept their responsibility. They're not going to accept their responsibility of putting you down or keeping you down or ignoring you, just overlooking you. They're not going to accept that. They're not going to, speak on it. If they do, they're going to blame someone else. But they're going to come out of the woodwork. You're going to have cousins coming out of the woodwork you never heard of before, uncles and aunts that you didn't even know you had, but you do, and you never really fellowship with them. You never really, mingle with them. Even during the family reunions, you're just a high and a by, and that's it. You're still strangers to them. And believe it or not, you could be strangers to your immediate family, your mother, your father, your sister, your brothers. You could you could become stranger, period, to the whole entire family if you don't have anything, or some are homeless and they have big families, yet the family turn against them, and the family will look, beyond them instead of looking at them or looking at their lives. So you come into this materialistic blessing, and here come the family, and we all know the reason why, and it's because you have something that they want, and it is just so strange that your immediate family, especially your mother and your father, your sister, your brothers, they think that just because you came into some materialistic blessing, let's say for money, for example, and you come into some money, they think and believe that you owe them some of your money because you are the sister and you are the brother in the family. So what you get, what they see is what they get. And little do they know that you were born to get your own. There's a saying that God bless the child that got his own, and it's a true saying. Nobody owes nobody anything. Um, I've heard people say, well, to their mother, if you die, before you die, I want you to know that I want this and I want that, and I want you to, you keep it because I want it when you dead. And how do you respond to that? If that's your if that's your daughter or your son that's saying stuff like that to you, how do you respond to that? Because nowadays you don't know who's going to pass first. But imagine that the mother and the father is saying that to you as a child. When you're dead, or I want this, I want your money, I want your Rolex watch or whatever the case may be. I'm good with time as don't matter as long as it keep time. So they're going to hate you even more when you deny giving them the money, especially when they have shown that they are not uh, people who can handle their own. They're not the type of people that go out and get their own. They just lag around and hang around, don't pick up a book to read, just sit and watch TV all day. So, do their little daily activities that they do, drinking and whatever case it may be. But they're not out doing what you're doing, and that is you being the black sheep. You're out there trying to make life for yourself, a good life for yourself, or even if you have children, you're trying to provide, a good life for you and your children or your family, your wife or your husband. You're trying to provide, but and then when you do have extra income, then there's plenty of things that you could do with your own extra income, like put away for your children's education, college education, or put away for your grandkids and your great grandkids. Uh, get a business and pass it along to them. It is your life. It's an individual thing. It's not a family thing. But lo and behold, when you don't have anything, it's not a family thing. But when you have something, then all of a sudden it's a family thing. When you're in need, nobody is around. It's a lot of time people be sick as I don't know what. And nobody would call. Nobody would pick up come knocking on the door. Nobody would drive by. But you know what? Back in the day, people were sick, especially in church. Oh, here we go about church again. But especially in church, you go into church and you're not being seen. The pastor will, ask the missionaries to go out and see what's going on, and will tarry with you until you get back on your feet. You also have family that will take their time, to help take care of you. I remember they would, come in like an hour or 2 hours a day, and then the next family member will release them, and they would take over an hour, 2 hours, and so forth and so on. It's not so like that anymore. It's not like that anymore. It's about uh, gobbling up whatever anybody have. It doesn't matter. Um, and this affect people that have love for their family. It affects them in a great way. But prayer changes things and God changes people. So when you pray, that God help you with your good heart, with your kind heart, after all you've been through, you ask Him to help you, and He will. Because you look at it this way: how in the world could they come and have the audacity to fix their lips to ask you for anything when you have struggled all your life by yourself? When you were sick, nobody called. When you have to go somewhere miles and miles and miles and didn't have a way of getting there, nobody offered to take you or pick you up. Whether it was sunshine, rain, snow, sleet, it doesn't matter. People did not take their time to go see about their family member. Yet they accuse you. They accuse you because you don't want to be close by them. Why? Because you don't want to participate in a lot of the nonsense that they're talking about. Most of them are gossipers. They will gossip about you, and if they don't gossip about you, then they would, just defame you in some form or fashion. And it's sad to say, because who would have thought in their right mind back in the day that your own family, I mean your own mother, your own father, will talk about you? Sure, we will fight it with our siblings, you know what I'm saying? Our brothers and sisters, we'll fight with them. But then you have a parent that brought you to this world and haven't given you not a dime, much less a penny they find in the streets. But when you make $1, they expect you to hand over at least 50 cents of it. I have seen them ask their loved one for their children for money, and they say, "Well, I need $20." And you give them $20, and they will be upset about it because you're over there with $100, and that's all you can give me. But that's all you asked for, and you're blessed to get that, according to the way you have treated me. You're blessed to get it. I've seen so many children being destroyed behind this. And this is why I'm making this video, to let you know it's okay to detach yourself away from the toxic family or the toxic families. It's okay to detach yourself, because once you detach yourself from negative spirits, then you make room for all great positive things to happen in your life. Once you help the spirit, the good spirit, to fight and pull away and destroy all the negativities in your life, you have a whole room of things to happen that will be remarkable. As a matter of fact, a verse comes to my mind that he opened up a window and pour you out a blessing where you won't have room enough to receive. I keep saying this, and it's a true saying. And family will be the main people. If the enemy could use them, they will be the main people to tear you down. They'll be the main people to destroy you. They will be the main people to hold you back. They will be the main people that defame you. It'll be the main people that think less of you until you show your fruits of your labor. Then all of a sudden, you the great I am. All of a sudden, I had a headache and I couldn't remember who you were, but I fell down the stairs and I remember. I was just calling to see how you're doing, stopping by to see how you're doing, and oh, I didn't know you got a financial blessing. Oh, I didn't know that you're doing good. But you knew all along when I was struggling. You knew because you wasn't coming by. You wasn't calling. You wasn't sending anything in the mail or anything. But you knew. So these little lame excuses that they make, don't accept them, because they know. Let me tell you, as long as there is a God, there's going to always be truth. The truth is going to set you free. The truth will set you free, regardless how many years it takes. But it's going to take you. It's going to set you free eventually. So let's move on, because I am already 20 minutes late. They come like vultures, you know. They would eat on the dead shit just to try to bring out the reason why they haven't participated with you, or the reason why they haven't picked up the phone to call you, or things like that. Especially when they go out, and they do family things with other families, and the family is like, "Well, where's so and so and so? Oh, he didn't have time, or she didn't have time," and that's not true. You got to check with other family members periodically and see why they're acting the way they're acting. And I guarantee you it has something to do with their immediate family, because the lies that they spread. Sometimes you find that a mother or father will cherish or love one more than she would, or he will love the other. But then all of a sudden you become love when you have something that they want, which is basically financial thing, a financial windfall, or your business have bloomed, but yet nobody pick you up to take you for a ride. Nobody came by to help you with your car. Nobody helped you change your tire, gave you water. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Nobody did anything for you. But now, when you get something, you all that, you family now, and they know you have a good heart. That's why people with good hearts, they always seems to get people who are in their family or friends. They always seem to come back to them because they know they have a good heart, and oh, he'll give it to me. I ain't worried about it. Oh, she'll give it to me. All you gotta do is cry and they'll give it to you. Yeah. Well, times are changing, okay? They're hating They're jealous of you, and it's so important that you understand that they are human. People will get jealous of you, and jealousy doesn't discriminate. Jealousy will make your own child jealous of you if it's necessary. Whatever it takes to to destroy the family, that's what's gonna happen, unless you have prayer. You're covered with prayer. You're protected with prayer. You know what I'm saying? You read your Psalms daily. You talk to God daily because you are in a battlefield trying to save and deliver your family. And you can not saying that you can, but at least you could put them before God constantly and move on with what you have to do. And you know what? At the end of the day, things will work out to your favor. So they're hating jealousy because your struggle have paid off. Because your struggle have paid off. Not their struggle, but your struggle paid off. What I mean by struggle is the same thing I've been saying. Nobody there for you when you was doing it. Nobody was there for you when you got it. Where everybody is there for them to get it. Does that make sense? Maybe not, but it's true. They come by when they're nosy. They come by when they want something. They come by when they're bored because they love to gossip about things. They love to put your name down. Just crazy stuff. It just meant to me. I think it's mentally ill because jealousy will cause you to become mentally ill. It doesn't make sense, and jealousy is crueler than the grave. So it doesn't make sense. Look at all the people that's killing their loved ones. I mean, hating their loved ones, poisoning their loved ones, trying to get rid of them and put them in old folks' homes. I guess that's what you call it. So, um, it's sad when they proclaim that they love you and they don't, but never invite you to any of their family events. Never invite you to any of the family events, and it's crazy because you're at home and nobody calls to invite you, but yet everybody's in your business. Um, and then they posting, pictures on media. They're posting pictures on Facebook of, the other family, other part of the family is having a great time, and so as if this don't hurt you. You see what I'm saying? You going through. That's why I say you got paid off through your struggles, and you will get paid off through your struggles. But these things must be seen. These things must be known. These things must come forth so you will know who exactly was in your corner. You will know who exactly was there for you. It's almost like back in the day when we was going up the ladder and we was trying to feel our way through it, or let's say this, when we was building a home, and a lot of us would come together. Children would come together and hold the nails. Somebody would come together and bring a 2x4 or whatever. Some would serve the lunches and the drinks and stuff like that. Everybody in the community had their hands into helping you get in your home, and you climbing up this ladder. So as you climb up the ladder, guess what? It's someone else above you that is climbing the ladder so that you can reach the roof of the house. And when you reach the roof of the house, then you're dealing with the roofers. You're dealing with you're dealing with these people will complete the purpose of building the house. You understand what I'm saying? Yet there's some down there that's not looking. They're sitting on their ass and they doing what they're doing. They want to instruct somebody. They want to tell somebody. You know what I'm saying? They want to talk about you because your tube belt is blue and everybody else's tube belt is brown. I mean, just these crazy ass illiterate. No, let me calm down. Uh, Most of the time, it's Christian families. They think that you, like I said, they think you owe something. Remember back in the day when Sanford and Son came out, and every time he had some money, here come the family, especially Esther. And Esther wanted money because they was having something for her church, and he never have been to the church, but they having something for the church, and it seems like they could smell the money, and here they come. So you have family like that that will basically come around because they smell the money, because the evil spirit is like, go on over there. He got it, go on over there. And when they get there, the Lord told me that you had some money. And believe that you're going to bless them. I believe that God gonna touch your heart to bless the church. Well, what about my blessing? What about when I struggle? What about when I was laying there sick? Nobody came to give me a pain pill. Nobody came to give me a drop of water. Nobody fixed me even a can of soup or a bag of noodles. Nobody did that. And yet, when I get blessed, or yet when I'm blessed, or have my financial windfalls, here you come. Have no shame in your game. Have no pride. You just gonna come and ask, like that's a thing to do. When it seems like a parent will make way for their children, all their children. They will prepare for their children's future. They will help their children become advanced in what they're doing. They will take the time out and say like if you want to dance and you need to go to dancing school, that the mother is going to make sure that you are going to be able to go because the father is going to work his butt off to make sure you go, and so will the mother. But and then you do your study, you do your research, you read about things, you network with people, and you begin to really get close to your goal. And when you do get your goal, why is it that people think that they're supposed to get what you get? I don't get it. I don't get it. So they don't want to educate themselves. They don't want to. They just want to depend on hearsay and what the television is saying. They won't study. Like I said, they won't do any research, and their comprehension is out the door. When you don't get an education, how can you expect for a kindergarten to understand what a college you do what a university student is saying, or a terminology? How can they possibly comprehend when they don't know anything about it, they don't study about it? But you would think that a mother and a father is prepared before they have the children. You would think that their comprehension is, we have to be able to raise this child properly. We have to be able to have resources for our children. We have to be able to have this money here just in case of emergency for our children, or here just in case the school needs to go on an education adventure. So the comprehension is out the door. Even when you try to explain to them that, I made $1 million, but yeah, I haven't even got a chance to breathe yet. I mean, I need to be able to divide this money and see where I'm going to place it before everybody's standing in line with a hand out. Because you related to me, people that are related to you aren't necessarily family. They related to you by blood, but it doesn't necessarily be it's family. Because family is family is family. They're there for you. You never forget you. They're gonna call and check on you. They're gonna stop by and see how you're doing. They're gonna invite you to places. They're gonna invite you to other events. You're gonna come together for a cause or a purpose. They don't do that. They don't do it with the black sheep. They don't. They're ashamed of you because you're struggling. They're ashamed of you because of this. But when you do get what you want, what happened? Oh, it's my son, it's my daughter. Because of me. Because of what? What have you contributed? You know what I'm saying? It's written on the wall. Nothing. You haven't contributed not a damn thing. You're always expecting something for nothing. From anybody, from anyone, they're expecting something for nothing. And that's part of the handouts. That's part of what they grew up in. Always growing up, wanting something and somebody hand it to them. This is the reason why they're in the situation that they're in. Never wants to struggle to get what they need. Never wants to struggle. And the Bible speaks about a lazy bone. It speaks about lazy bones. And they're Christian, but they're not going to read up on that. They're not going to read about God's children doesn't beg. What? Christian people are beg you to your for your dirty drawers if it's possible. So God bless the child that got his own. And I want you to remember that it's not your fault that it's going on. It's not. It's not your fault how people are these days. It's not. It's not your fault. And yes, you're going to be lonely, but guess what? I'd rather be lonely and have something, a peace of mind, than to be among a bunch of heathens and always in a bunch of mess, always pointing the finger out at what you do, always saying things about you, and always lying to your face, always trying to play a game. And that's if though just because you don't open your mouth up to them, they think that you don't know nothing. They think that they could get over on you. They think they could say anything to you, but little do they know that there's a God, and God does as He please, and He'll talk to you. He'll tell you about your family. He'll tell you, look, your family gonna be calling at 2:00 p.m. Now let me tell you, don't get upset because they're calling you and what they're gonna say. Just let it go on by. But I just want you to know how your family are. I want you to see how your family are. And here they come calling. Hey, I'm just calling. I haven't heard from you in a long time, but I just called to see how you doing. You know I love you. I've been sick. I've been this. I've been out of town. I've been everywhere except your house. I'm just caught. My phone wasn't working properly, and everybody in the house got a phone. My phone wasn't working properly. I couldn't, and I can't, and I won't, and next thing you know, get the hell up out of here. You can't, you won't, you don't, but I'm the black sheep, right? Got it. I'm the one that made it through my struggles, but yet you're gonna come and eat my bones? They say a dog would take a bone and bury it and would come back and wag their tail in your face. You hear me? So don't feel like like you owe somebody something. God bless your child that got his own. You are a child compared to your parents' age. You are a very young child. And you mean tell me they have lived 30, 40 years before you and they still don't have anything? But when you get something, you supposed to give them something? Really? Is that the way it's supposed to work? Well, let me tell you something, families. It's not about that. God wake up his people. He will fix it that they cannot give nothing to you. He will fix their hearts and their mind where they will become, you know what? They will have a hard heart, but yet a loving heart. How about that? So I want to encourage you, and I want you to stay encouraged. I want you to know it's not your fault. Enjoy your fruits while you can. Enjoy your labor of your fruits while you can, because sometimes you don't get a second chance. And let me tell you something. Put that money in their hands if you want to, and see what will happen when you don't have any more money. See if you can go to them and ask for money. See if you can ask for a place to stay. And if you do, they probably go on your stuff. You can't leave without taking it because they're going to invade you. But yet, you the black sheep. Yet, you don't know nothing. You're a troublemaker. You're this. You're a thug. You're a gangster. You're a prostitute. You're all of these things. Yet, God blesses you. But what about them? How come they're not financially blessed? When you put your mouth on God's people, don't expect. I'm out of here.